Yo, what up? It's Donut, and you tuning in to all your Illuminati news. We got a big show for you today. Something strange happening, massive, worldwide. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you, Patrick, and shout out to PJ. Send a super chat. Let's feed that kitty cat. Make the kitty cat super fat. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. Let's get right into the show. Because we're starting early. Because being early is being on time.
Illuminati rights, what's the key? Unlock the secrets hidden in the dark. Symbols on the wall, rights about to spark. Read Sharp's vision, playing every part. Unlock the secrets, gotta leave your mark. Unlock the secrets hidden in the flame. Steps to enlightenment, never be the same. Oaths in the circle, shadow in the name. Unlock the secrets, it's more than a game. Unlock the secrets.
Unlock the secrets. Unlock them. Unlock the Seacrest. Unlock that Seacrest, yo. How do I get that kitty cat off the screen? What's going on here? Big show, big news, big things happening. Shout out to Paranoid American. He was mentioned on the most mainstream podcast on the planet. And shout out to Sam Tripoli for giving our friend, the Paranoid American, a shout out. Let me go to that clip because it's pretty exciting.
On our reality is every movie you've ever watched in your life all going on at the same time. Aliens and three-fingered beings.
Like Harry and the Hendersons? So
everything.
Bigfoot's real and he's hanging
Bigfoot.
out at the camp?
I had an interview with a guy named the Paranoid American, and he came on my show, and he was talking about how, based on your religious beliefs, is what you see. If you're atheist, you see aliens. If you're religious, you see angels. And it goes down to cryptids and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you only see what you want to see, and it shows up in the form that is acceptable to you. So I think, so when you go Bigfoot, 100%. 100%.
100%. Yo, that's crazy, right? That's the boy, Paranoid American, who we did the Illuminati comic with. Make sure to get your Illuminati comic. I got a box full of them. So I'm going to be releasing those into the wild with like stickers and stuff like that. I kind of want to get a new design made by Pukey Pete. You know what I'm saying? So look out for that because I'm going to put that out there. And then I think I'll just like autograph it or something. So it's a little special, you know. But let's get right into all your Illuminati news. Put a 1 in the comment if you can hear me okay. We are streaming on Twitter, YouTube, and all that Rumble. And here we go. I'm thinking about doing these live shows every Sunday, but massive rituals going down. If you're not a member or a subscriber, if you value this content and you like it, we be posting stuff on the subscriber. You can become a subscriber on YouTube now. Get the sick potato emojis and get this new video out there. But we're going to get into all the information that was in that subscriber video and also go to the Patreon. I'll be releasing a new video maybe today or tomorrow, and that's how you can unlock the Seacrest. You must unlock the Seacrest. But first off, the circumpunct. I don't think I talked about this in the last show, and thank you so much, Cyberone, with the $5 super chat, says the world is fine, the people are not. Well, that's true. So let's feed the kitty cat. Thank you so much for the super chat. And I don't know if I shared this about the circumpunct. This is like one of the most ancient symbols on the planet, the circumpunct. You've been punked with the circumpunct. And that's the Target logo. So we be covering them symbols because it is the summer solstice. Not anymore. We left the summer solstice right here, but we're going to get in that symbol. But this is the symbol, the Masonic symbol with the circumpunct in the middle, like just showing how these symbols that we see on the world stage, they mean something. They mean something symbolically. And shout out to Ani Asaru at the Spiritual Shade Room. He shared this morning, blew my mind with the ladder going up here. And here's the Masonic tracing board. And they did this on 11, at 11/11. And just the symbolism is crazy. Right here, you got them ascending down, right? You think they're going upwards, but for summertime, this is the Cancer symbol, and they ascend downwards. And then, wow, look at that symbolism. And then this one was crazy right here, where you got the two pillars and then the royal arch. Now, this is very important because we're right here on the royal arch. The 69, it's Cancer, but we're moving out of Cancer. We're leaving Cancer into Leo in August, right? So very symbolic. We'll break down ChatGPT. ChatGPT's been showing this symbolism, pretty crazy. And the Divine Twins as well. The Divine Twins is a very important symbol that we've been breaking down here on the channel. And right here is Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, who are having a beef. They're always beefing. And shout out to Nicki. She was exposing Cardi B's voodoo practices. But look at the symbolism. They're the Divine Twins. This symbol pops up all the time, like wearing the white and wearing the red. I mean, that's what I think it is when we're looking at these ancient symbols that are being used today. These symbols don't go anywhere. Like this one right here, I believe it's the Aroused Genitalia song right here, which shapes and shifts the culture. We just did the Woodstock video. But this one was even crazier, that the pose that Nicki Minaj was doing that went viral. And I got to give another shout out to Ani, because he posted this, and I didn't even know this was an ancient symbol of Ganesh that she was doing. But then it becomes a challenge that goes viral, and then all the initiates get baptized, like George, or this guy baptizing his face into a pool of cereal, or this pose right here. And these are digital initiations. These are digital rituals that people are partaking because they're part of a cult, of the culture. And the culture is just a cultivation of the different God worship and what to do. And look out for a brand new video dropping on Tuesday over on Jamie Hanshaw's channel. You got to go subscribe to Jamie Hanshaw. All of her videos are incredible. OG researcher. And she invited me on, and we covered the digital initiations and rituals happening worldwide with the social media influencers. You're not going to want to miss this. So go over there to Jamie Hanshaw's channel and subscribe. And she just did a few with Courtney Turner. Highly recommend watching those. If you want to get wicked smart, that's what you got to do. And right here is just some more symbolism of the different gods and goddesses that symbolically are being portrayed by different celebrities, whether that's Ice Spice, whose name's Isis, but her cover is literally the Isis symbol. And once you study these ancient mystery cults, they all kind of show the same goddess worship. Right here is in the Manly P. Hall book, going over Isis importance, Eleusis, and all this Persephone. So yeah, that's what's going on. And I missed the gathering of the Juggalos this year. Maybe one year I'll be financially stable enough to go back and see the gathering of the Juggalos. But they had an artist, and I don't think that the artist even knew what this was, because it was like a medieval like vibe. But this is a Teutonic Knight, and if you're into Knights Templar, Freemasonry, Illuminati research, you know that the Teutonic Knights is the checkerboards, right? Everybody points out the checkerboards, the black and white, going back to the Teutonic Knights. So I thought that was interesting. And then we got Waka Flocka up in there He looked hella creepy. He gotta just roll with the face paint for now on because it's dope. And then Ill Bill was there, but he walked off the stage because people be disrespectful to the legends. But luckily, I got to see Nonfiction live back in the day at Desert Breeze Skate Park in Vegas. I think I was like 12 or something. So I already got blessed. So here is the Teutonic Order, the black and white. I thought that was interesting. I don't think anybody's going to want to cover that topic, but if you're a content creator, you kind of got to talk about what you're passionate about. And I definitely love music and wanted to cover that because I think that those Teutonic Knights are the new Tesla bots. They look just like the Tesla bots, in my opinion, when I'm gazing at the images. So these Tesla bots, I mean, they're going to be, like you hear about all the different AI boyfriends and girlfriends, like a lot of girls are getting new boyfriends with the AI. So y'all incels are in trouble, like even more trouble now. But these relationships developing with the AI, that's just your phone. Wait till you'll have your Tesla bot, and then you'll be able to do all the different weird BDSM stuff with the Tesla bot, or the Tesla bot could teach you how to do the jujitsu, whatever thing you want to do to get intimate with another human. You're going to be able to do the same wrestling moves on the robot. So kind of interesting. But what if these robots decide to go on a crusade and decide, you know what, we're going to have to protect, the digital smart cities. We don't know what's going to happen. But this is super important when we're looking into symbolism, especially with the Templars, with America, and the secret architecture of our nation's capital, the Masons, and the building of Washington, D.C. Now, please, can you hear me okay? Put a 1 in the comment. I want to continue from here. If y'all can't hear your boy Donut, if y'all can hear me, please let me know. And then I will continue. Okay, good. You can hear me. Thank you, Coffee Girl. Thank you, Not Joe King. Oh, thank you, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Look at all the ones. I am number 1. 2 is not a winner. And 3, nobody remembers. Hey. Oh, my goodness. $2 super chat from Gabe. Utex. Thank you so much. Sent a heart. Thank you. Feeding the kitty cat super chat. Thank you so much. So our nation's capital, this secret architecture of the ley lines developed. I've been very much ringing the alarms about the foreword of this book the last 4 years. Right down here it says August 10th and the day centering upon it for the helical rising of Sirius, Albert Pike built his star map for, and Washington, D.C. has its own star map with the ley lines and the architecture with this astrology date of the helical rising of Sirius, August 10th. Now, this year, it landed on August 11th, Hulk Hogan's birthday, who just passed away. And that is when the White House decided to declare a crime emergency in the District of Columbia on the helical rising of Sirius. Now, this is not a mistake. This is very symbolic. This is symbolism on the world stage because they got the Palantir AI crime detectors with facial recognition today that they don't really need to deploy the National Guard. They could spot with this technology. Right here's an article out of China. They could just show you by your face if you're a criminal. And this is very controversial study, but this is absolutely implemented, even if they're not saying that it's implemented. So for this to be released, I think that it played a lot of different methods with the visit of Vladimir Putin, which we were showing there in the beginning with the symbolism, just having America, strategically on lock for when these different people come and visit President Trump. But this went down on the helical rising of Sirius, 8/11. And shout out to Coke Zero. He like Prime Day is 8/11, right? It's in July, but it's showing us the 8/11, like it's priming us for this date. 8/11 when this crime emergency took place for the Helical Rising of Sirius. So I'm sure there's something even deeper there, because you got to think about these billionaires that are pulling the strings and are the government in the White House. There's even an Illuminati card. Nathan shared this at Resistance ATM. Crackdown on crime. I thought that was kind of interesting. They got an Illuminati card for everything going down. And they got them Sampaku eyes everywhere. I think this guy's name's Dan Bongino. I don't know. But he looked freaked the frick out. He looked so scared. Like, I think he was told something that no one else was told. No one else seemed freaked out. Everyone seemed pretty chill. But, like, look at his eyes. He looked terrified. He looked like, oh, my goodness, something's going down. Something's going to happen. Oh, my goodness, what's going on? Oh, my goodness, he's super scared. And then when he was talking, you got freaking President Trump, like, hovering above him, micromanaging what's this guy going to say? Kind of like he's just looking at him. The body language is pretty easy to spot out. But he's just looking at him like, all right, fool, I told you what's up. I think there's like something went down there. But anyway, purely speculation. ChatGPT, that's the hot topic right now, is ChatGPT. And they just released ChatGPT 5. ChatGPT 5, very symbolic when they were showing this. They were showing this as we were leaving Cancer. Right here, the 69, the Cancer going into Leo. They released this on August 7th as we're entering Leo, leaving Cancer. And they even showed a lady who was leaving Cancer as well. So I feel like there could have been some symbolism astrologically with that as we're entering these Ember months. If you don't know about the Ember months, we'll bring Tommy Truthful on to talk about the Ember months when we leave all the other months, right? We go into September, December, November, and it has something to do with fires and the color coding of Ember. So we'll get into that next month as we approach Ember. But this is the big thing, is in this ChatGPT presentation, they're showing the all-seeing eye of surveillance, watching over everybody, which changes everything. Once you're being watched by an audience as well, things change. So even social media, people act differently because the posts, and they absolutely change their behavior. This has been proven through a lot of studies. A lot of reasons why someone goes to the gym is because you're like being watched by everybody working out. So it's going to make you work out a little bit harder, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or go to a library or whatever it is that you enjoy on your free time. But being watched, we're being watched and surveilled by all the different cameras, all the AI. So everybody's acting correctly. Even the crime in the District of Columbia has dropped like 20-30%, probably because of the all-seeing eye watching everybody. So just it being there in the shot looks fake. I think it's symbolic. It's just the Minority Report that we're in. And this movie was released on the summer solstice too. Just like that one freaking movie, the zombie movie that just came out. But we live in the Minority Report already, where they can scan people's faces and just know if you're a criminal or if you're same-sex attracted. It could tell all this stuff by just the shape of your face. And that's something that I want to get into with the Sampaku eyes, right? Tucker Carlson just had this lady on. She had like the Sampaku eye like during the whole thing. And there's all these beefs going on the internet. And I posted this because I'm very much into power. power. Yeah. It's what the whole narcissistic cult that we're in is obsessed with, is with power. But I like to study real power in these secret societies that are actually powerful, controlling all the different world events that happen on the world stage. And when you see in hip hop, there's beefs, or in wrestling, they're fabricated and fake to drive record sales. And fully admitted, Drake and Kanye, they had a fake beef that's publicly admitted so they could drive record sales. This happens all the time. So when you see all the podcasters fighting with each other, but at the end of the day, they all have the same agenda. At the end of the day, this is strictly fabricated, and it's in the 48 laws of power. When you see influencers beef, it's most likely fabricated via the laws of power. P.T. Barnum and Harry Houdini knew fake beef equals real money. They'd stage rivalries in the press. Today, it would be on X. Plant rumors and publicly diss one another, quietly cross-promoting their audience. Drama sells even when it's fiction. But we covering that non-fiction. It's the NONPHIXION. Louisiana Attorney General sues Roblox, calling the platform perfect place for the PEDs. That's freaking weird. I don't know anything about Roblox, but I guess it got very popular when we all got sent to our rooms. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting article to pull up, because the symbolism of the PDs, right? The PDs are being pushed heavily by all the influencers. They're all like supporting this. It's freaking weird. But I was like looking into Taco Bell, because we're going to cover the Mountain Dew. We covered the Mountain Dew here first up on the channel, so we got to cover the Mountain Dew. And we'd be covering the Sampaku eyes first too. Other people be covering it as well, but we definitely were one of the first champions of the Sampaku and all that. But then I was looking into Taco Bell. A lot of people think Taco Bell is like a company like from like Mexico or something, right? Because it sells tacos. But it's like some dude from freaking like Scotland or something. This guy Bell who was selling hot dogs, and he's just like, I'll make Taco Bell. So it's not even like Mexican food. Like it's coming from like some white dude or something like that. So I thought that was kind of funny. But then I was like, Chipotle was part of Roblox. And Chipotle, look at their symbol. I never noticed this. I think we here covering it first. It's the freaking triangle spiral that we all know about. The triangle spiral. And Chipotle, what's going on here? That's crazy. That's freaking crazy, right? And we just saw former President Obama with it as well on the top of his latest interview. And shout out to Ani again. He shared that, and I thought that was crazy. But the Mountain Dew, right? The dews. We already showed you all that, but I think in here it's sort of hinting at fire. They're showing the fire Taco Bell sauce in this $1 billion advertisement, because we're coming up on these Ember months. So maybe it's showing something like that. I don't know. Purely speculation with the Illuminati and the Illuminachos. And then you got this socialist scum, Zohran, in New York, going to be performing at the Masonic Temple on 317 Street. 317 is the 33rd prime number. That's why the Detroit Masonic Temple has 1,037 rooms. The 137, I learned from Call Me Kinfolk. Shout out to Call Me Kinfolk. The 137 is the 33rd prime number. So all these, this is all symbolism. This is all freaking symbolism on the world stage. Haitian gang leader Barbecue, BBQ, his name equals 322, indicated for conspiracy to violate the U.S. sanctions. Now, I think this is in the news because of the film Weapons. And we just passed through over 1,000 people. Oh my goodness. Please smash the like button. And every time we pass through 1,000 people, I remind the like button. Smash it. If you ain't smashing, smash the button. Smash the like button. Share the video out so it goes super viral. Thank you. But this movie, which will be dropping a full Illuminati decode on this film because it was probably the best movie of the year. Great storytelling, full of Sanpaku eyes. You know I love them Sanpaku eyes. The movie was about voodoo. That's what the movie was about. And there's a lot of tie-ins that now the voodoo guy, where they're like eating people like zombies, is in the news while this movie's out. Kind of like how we started that clip in the beginning, how like movies are telling us what's going on when Sam Tripoli was saying that. And this movie was all about the chicken noodle soup, right? It's good for your soul. Well, chickens are a big part of sacrifice, a big part of ritual, even consuming the chicken. And these zombies under these voodoo like spells, their life energy is fueled by the Campbell's chicken noodle soup. So very ritualistic, in my opinion. That's what I think. A lot of people are drawing different ties to what happened during the lockdowns, to MK Ultra, to so many different things, because this film was very symbolic. And look, it's a bell. I wonder if it has something to do with the Taco Bell. Yeah, maybe. But there was the Sanpaku eye all around. And I watched the UFC fight yesterday, 319. Look at this guy's face. He looked freaking, this guy haunt my nightmares. Look at this smile. Like he's like, yeah, I'm going to get you, boy. I'm going to get you. And he did. He did get him. So this book, Serpent on the Rainbow, we covered this a few years ago with the homuncologist himself, the one-on-one podcast. And we went over this, I believe, with Ani and Tommy and Paranoid as well. But this book, The Serpent and the Rainbow, goes into this magical voodoo creating zombies. Like, look at the title of this book. Serpent and the Rainbow, a Harvard scientist's astonishing journey into secret societies of Haitian voodoo, zombies, and magic. Yeah, the Clintons get down with it as well. They were doing some sort of voodoo ritual too. But I think that's a big part of what's going on now with barbecue in the news. Here's barbecue with the Masonic chain. And the voodoo stuff with this movie Weapons. This voodoo running from a magic. Yeah. But they make zombies with the zombie dust. It's not literally a zombie, but it's part of the ritual where they get this zombie dust. And like, that's what this freaking movie was about as well. And here's just some more stuff on the voodoo where they go see Damballa and whatnot. Right here, Damballa, he's a baller. He's a damn baller, that damn baller. He damn balling. But this is who Chucky, Charles Lee Ray in the movie Chucky, that's his god. That's why he gets the power to put his soul into the doll, because of that god, Damballa. And he's coming out with a new Fanta drink. I don't frick with the Fanta, because Fanta was a National Socialist drink. Not a lot of people know that, but when you want the Fanta, you want to become a National Socialist. That's why I stick with my Faygo diet root beer. But Nicki Minaj, here with the Sanpaku eye, she also has exposed Cardi B doing the voodoo. And here's Chucky with the Sanpaku eye. But there's a parallel between Nicki Minaj and Chucky, because she's always tweeting about Chucky and whatnot. So there's a parallel there. And shout out to Prison Palace, sent me this video, which is pretty good, by Troy CTV. Nicki Minaj was right. Cardi B caught doing voodoo after denying it for years. And I guess she's doing voodoo with this god or something like that. Yeah, pretty crazy. But these food products and these television shows, it's like you're consuming the full ritual. And here's Wednesday for Woden, for Odin. I think it looks sort of like fangs. There's the blood. That's what they say. I'm not saying it there. That's what it is. It's the blood. The blood. And she got them Sampaku eyes as well. Smile got them Sampaku eyes. But hear me out. This guy looking like Charlie Kirk. I mean, they could be brothers or clones. But yeah, anyway, I continue this journey going down this rabbit hole. This film's coming out him full of symbolism. This is going to be probably one of the biggest Illuminati movies. I don't think it's going to be as good as Weapons. Weapons was just fantastic filmmaking, cinematography, soundtrack, acting, story, editing. Everything was on point. I don't think this movie will be as on point, but I think it'll be more Illuminati symbolic throughout it, because they're playing the freaking song Hail Mary by Tupac throughout the trailer for it, which is the Illuminati song. It's the Illuminati song that he dropped, Hail Mary, where in the beginning he says Machiavelli and this Illuminati all through your body, blow like a 12-gauge shotty, feel me. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I just like that song so much. That's actually how I was like, I'm going to study the Illuminati and study Machiavelli. And that's how I learned about the whole power dynamics and all that. But good song as well. But I think Will Smith is connected to all this. I haven't done the deep dive yet, but he seems to be going through a ritual, like he always does these big rituals on stage. But he had a movie called Concussion, and this is coming out while Will Smith is doing these rituals, because football in films have always been tied into these secret societies. Right here is Any Given Sunday, where you got the Illuminati Eye and the Knights Templars for the Knights team all together with the Sunspoke behind them. And that's me watching Weapons. And I ran away like this, like these kids ran away. This movie was sick. This movie was freaking sick. But yeah, I think the soup is up to something. Even Andy Warhol's paintings of the soup, he did 32 paintings of soup, which is the 32 pathways. That's super symbolic. The 32 Flora in Vegas, the 32 pathways with Crowley, the 32 Jesuit Sunspoke Will. There's so much to the 32, and this Campbell's soup by Andy Warhol, he did 32 soups. And it was based off this book. So we're going to definitely cover that film. That film looks awesome. And there was this typhoon going on in the Philippines. Yeah. I don't know what kind of typhoon that was. But it's pretty funny. David Whitehead shared this out, and I thought it was pretty funny. There's a bunch of other weird stuff in the news. MGK thinks he's a freaking alien, baby, because his mama was getting freaking abducted. Yeah. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty insane stuff there. Now, I'm going to go to your comments right now, but I like to remind y'all to smash that likey poo. That means a lot to Chan and I that you do that. Lost Boycott says, gang S word. Soul says, I prefer baby Jesus. Travis says, what do you know about X Clan? I know about the X Club. So a lot of the stuff you hear about X this, X that is stemming from the X Club. I'll go to that real quick. The X Club, right here, a dining club with the Huxleys. And the X is the dice, the 5. It's the formation of the military. So it's the formation of social control of people. So that's like the big X thing. What's the first rule of X Club? You don't speak of X Club. Yo, what up, Spencer? Spencer Hutchins says, what's up? He says, yo. Yeah, so much crazy stuff in the news. PC Tweaks up in here on Twitter. Hello, Twitter, PC Tweaks and Macabala. Whoop, whoop. Jug the Goat says, Yeah, we're just reading the comments right now. Is there a difference between top of eye, Sampaku, and bottom? Yes. Let me break down the Sampaku eye for ya. Mashare, good to see you. All right, so Sampaku means the 3 whites. And everybody begins Sampaku. It don't mean like a person's bad or something. I get Sampaku when I'm stressed out down here, and I get Sampaku up here when I'm feeling crazy. So I believe it's symbolism on the world stage. So Sampaku means the 3 whites. And here's JFK. And this is symbolic. Just your normal person doesn't. I think this is symbolic for symbolism on the world stage. So JFK has the Sampaku underneath, which means distress or something bad's coming their way. On the world stage, we're talking about these freaking celebrities and the richest people on the planet and stuff like that, and these cults that are controlling the world through the algorithms, not just people walking around. And then if these 3 are at the top, that means they're just like little cray. And then when it's all around, it's the dangerous one that they're about to snap. So that's the Sampaku eye ritual. Sampaku eye ritual. Yeah. So what do you guys think about me dropping the Illuminati comic? I got a box full of them. Dropping the Illuminati comic, signing it, and also dropping like a brand new sticker by Pukey Pete. These are some of the older ones, but I'll throw them into the box with it. So you'll get Illuminati comic, signed, sticker pack with a brand new sticker graphic. That's something I want to do, though, put out. Catherine says she loves a comic. Love a comic. I want one. Well, we'll hook y'all up, yo. We'll hook y'all up. Oh, that was Cash Patel. Okay, I called him Dan Bongino. That Cash Patel had them crazy eyes. Let me pull that fool up. I don't even know any of these people. I was like super involved in geopolitics and all that for decades. And then something happened with former President Biden election that I was like, this is just a show, not looking at it anymore. Okay, here it is. Here is Cash Patel. He looked freaked the freak out. Maybe he just always looks like that. I guess that fool always looked cray-cray. Let's study his eyeball. Okay, so yeah, he definitely got Sampaku eye, and they covering it up. But up here, you can see up here at the top, that's the crazy Sampaku. You see how the white's there, but I feel like they probably photoshopped this. It's probably crazy all around, which makes him perfect candidate for political power, because psychopathy is how you rise to the top. Under the Silver Lake, Sam was the dog killer. Killa. He be slitting all them throats, and then he does stuff to the body. Is the Internet of Things how these events become worldwide? The Internet of is the Internet of Things how these events becoming worldwide? The Internet of Things, the IOTA, that's like all the different like blockchains connected. So like my cell phone is connected to my air conditioning, then my air conditioning's connected to the tower, and it's all connected to a internet grid blockchain. So that's the Internet of Things. And then you got the Internet of Bodies, which is the new human species being developed as we speak for 2045. Then you have the Internet of Bodies. So there's a bunch of different things. Always looks like something in his canal. You said canal. He looks like he's under hypnotism. I don't know who this guy is. So I'm not trying to diss him or nothing. I just thought he looked wild. Wi-Fi is a radar in itself. Just going through the comments. If you got a comment, please put it down in the chat. We're doing the comments. I'm doing the comment section right now. Can we get, okay, where'd you go? No one agreeing, so you bald. Cash is cool. Cash is cool. Cash is, yeah, you got to have some cash. Where did you get that blank expression on your face? On your face. Aloha, beachies. Okay, so Kash Patel is the FBI director. Hidden hand. Thank you. I knew that. Russian blues are very trendy this year. Shout out to the Russian blues. I love me some Russian blues for sure. Johnny Cash is the only Cash. Wild times are coming. Yes, wild times are coming. L. Carey says 5G, Starlink, and the AI are all transhuman things. Yes. You live your life. I'll do me. Thank you. I love Jupiter. Wow. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in to all your Illuminati news. It's Donut. Much love. And God bless you.